Welcome back to another episode of Kind Inside the Treatment Room. Now, our guest today is absolutely wonderful. She is remarkable in the industry that she works in, and she has pioneered such a forthcoming for more industries and businesses. She founded the brand in Sydney in 2002, drawing on her background of nutrition, neuropathy, and traditional plant medicine, which you learnt from your grandfather. Her brand began with a single almond oil mascara, created as a healthy alternative to conventional cosmetics, and has since expanded globally with such a phenomenal skincare and makeup range. And hence, Ere Perez was created. Now, today we are talking to the founder herself, Ere. A huge big welcome.
To be here.
Oh, thank
with
you.
Your hands on my face. I feel so incredible. And it's just like the energy on this space and this incredible. We are in Australia, has the most incredible nature, and we're lucky that we can create beauty in this country.
Aww.
Who cares of people and planet? So I think that's very nice, and I'm looking forward for this. And hopefully we can put a seed in people's hearts when they listen to this podcast about what Beauty Made with Purpose is about.
100%, yes. And it's actually quite fun today. So for the facial, we are solely using Ere Perez skincare line. So everyone who isn't watching this, pop on over to Instagram because you'll be able to see the facial take place and you'll get to see how to use every single one of the Ere Perez skincare range, which is phenomenal. Let's get started with a few questions. Growing up in Mexico, surrounded by all the natural remedies, how did that impact your view of beauty? Like, did that sculpt it in any way?
Well, it was always the approach of less is more, less things. Like my mom would not be the kind of mom who would just go to the store and buy things and bring them to the house. She would just say, no, I'm not getting so much stuff. I was growing up probably until I was 15 or 17, just watching her and my grandma just using homemade remedies that they were used at home. So that was probably what built my approach to beauty, because even though we have different education then in Mexico, we're talking about, this is probably, I was born in the 70s. So in the 80s is where I kind of have my young adult life. And even though it was very colorful then in the makeup and everything, to me, the color will come from beetroot, and which today is a product. And it's so different then. And the way my mom will tell me is always looking for things that are the most naturally made. And I guess that really sculpted the beginning of this brand.
I love that. I love that you've really taken aspects from beauty as well, as you said, the beetroot, using that as a gorgeous lip stain or a cheek stain. There's so many elements that we can draw from nature to create in beauty, which is amazing. As I said before, I believe, and so many other people would as well, you are a pioneer in the beauty space, being one of the first to create a clean beauty makeup range. How have you seen the space evolve over time?
I guess at the beginning, we're going to be 25 years of the brand next year.
Wow.
And at the beginning,
That's huge, Ere.
Yeah, it was more about, what the terminology has changed, I guess.
Yeah.
First, we started with like natural, but people would just say, oh, it's a natural thing. And then the word of organic started, which is, even though organic means organic made or literally made naturally without extra toxins or chemical bound pesticides or things like that, in many countries, the actual organic certification issue doesn't exist even today. So sometimes you can be eating, let's say, on a recent trip to Mexico and Italy, you can be just eating a beautiful organic, a fresh salad, but nobody says to you it's organic because it's not certified, because it's just not such a thing as an organization who will just certify it,
Yeah.
So I feel beauty has been that way still today, even though this clean here, what we call clean, is just so many standards. And this is why I have that pride of, we choose where to be as a brand, and things matter to us, and the people behind the business matter to us. And for me, the clean beauty market is one of those spaces that they genuinely just looked and really scrutinize the formulas of every single product they bring into their stores to really see what's in it that is for real a truly cleaner product. And I think that's very hard these days to achieve because there's not a standard, just like what happened with sunscreen. So I feel this industry today is changing, and I think we are putting the clean beauty benchmark, and this is what we're building this year. So we can help others as well to have a standard.
Oh, definitely. Ere Perez, the company, has been around for quite some time. Were there many other cleaner alternative brands when you started?
Not in makeup.
No.
At the beginning, the first time, I mean, we started in a store in Bondi. That I was a young woman. What it was like clean or organic. We have this skincare in those years. So many brands that they were starting looking after skincare, but there was not really any makeup. I've actually created probably the first waterproof mascara that existed, the natural mascara. There wasn't really many choices. Everything was pretty new, but what I knew is people started looking for where to buy better milk, better eggs. And I thought to myself, well, there must be a place to buy better beauty.
Oh,
And
definitely.
I think this has just been nailed, to the core where with the clean beauty market too, because you do just find better beauty.
You do.
Because, the levels of how clean you can be is depend what it is.
Yes.
Like a hair dye, for example, like there's so many products that you need to create a beauty product that is to enhance your own beauty. So to preserve your beauty for longevity, we need to be careful in what's in it. But also we want it to work because that's the point of a beauty product. So that's what is important that, in those years, there was not many things. It was like we literally were just a couple.
Yeah.
I cannot say the competition was next to me. The competition was that people wasn't not looking for what I had.
Definitely. Well, you just mentioned then that you created the first waterproof mascara that was clean. Extremely difficult to do. Kudos for doing that. What made you start with a mascara?
I've always believed in Mickey and Minnie. What makes the difference is the lashes. And Fiona and Shrek.
That's beautiful.
It's like the lashes really make a difference.
It does, doesn't it? Yes.
Bring that femininity to the women. And I feel if I have my Desert Island product, that will be a mascara because, I mean, all the beautiful Australian women, they just have naturally beautiful lashes and maybe they blonde and that's why they use mascara. Maybe they light because of the swimming and the water and, there's a lot of the culture of getting into the ocean and the sun. But for us Latinas, as I was born in Mexico, our skin is probably tan, let's say, but our lashes and our hair is quite straight.
Yes.
So we don't really have that effect of the curling of the lashes that you guys have. Well, most of my Australian friends, they have really beautiful lashes, already long and curled, but they just need to add color to it. And that's where the mascara comes in place. So for me, the challenge was to create a mascara that hold the curl. That was like, I need to do something because that Australian living and just going into the ocean and have a swim. And I would just go and have a wash face. And I look at all these. I think the Australian girls are one of the most beautiful in the planet. They're just so sculptural and incredible. And that mix of beautiful big eyes and the gorgeous skin and the tall legs and everything. I was just like feeling like, okay, here's the Mexican. What I'm going to do, I need to curl my lashes because that's my thing. And I do have long lashes, but they're not curly. Australia never had all the brands. As coming from Mexico, we have America, like the US next to us. And they have all these brands, so same as in Europe. In those years, we're talking about early 2000s, Australia didn't really have everything.
No.
It was very rare. Even today, we still sometimes wait.
We're still very behind, aren't we? Yeah.
I couldn't say behind. It just, the market is also smaller, and you cannot just have everything in here.
Yeah.
But also, what I think brings the curiosity in Australia and creates so many beautiful things too, because they just crave for them, which I think is beautiful. Incredible manufacturing and ideas and creators right here in this country. So I feel like, to me, making a clean mascara was like, it was interesting. I'm going to make a clean mascara. I needed to make a product for sensitive eyes.
Yeah.
and sensitive skin, which is who I am. I guess because I never wore any chemicals. My mother wouldn't even give me medicine for anything. She was just so extreme that I was like, okay, so what can I do? So the ordinary mascara in the market will make my eyes cry. And then if it was a waterproof, it would just run down when I go for a swim. So I felt like I needed to create this product. And then they opened a new health store right next to where I live in Bondi. And it was also people very, I can say, trailblazers, very ahead of their time. It was like the first health store, like very unique with beautiful organic food. And so the mascaras were right next to organic egg, granola. It was very rare. People have difficulties in finding just basic things like just the bread, that it wasn't just coming from the manufacturer and it was just coming from a simple, good, fresh bakery. If you don't go to the bakery, you wouldn't find that on the supermarket. So same for your beauty. You find your ordinary beauty, the big brands, Unilever and so on. And then you couldn't just find just an ordinary product that was just suiting, just made naturally for sensitive skin. And then I think I just have a light bulb moment. And that's how I make this product. Because I needed it for myself. And I thought people will need it. And that was the beginning of making the one thing. Just one product. It was just a unique thing. A black mascara. You don't need any other color. Just one black product. Everybody will use. And I made it then after in brown. And I have the almond mascara and the avocado mascara.
Yes.
And that's it. It was very simple.
It's exactly what you need. That's perfect. You've done it so well. It's just absolutely phenomenal what you've done with that mascara and the whole range. Mascara is definitely one of my favorites. You mentioned a lot that people are more aware about now what they have in their foods, what they have in their skincare products. They are more aware about trying to choose more ethically, more organically, more natural. Do you find the consumer really has a good idea now as to what is inside ingredients? Like that's what they're looking for now, that reduction of toxicity?
I think the consumer knows. I feel our followers, like it's a very savvy consumer. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They live by reading labels. I mean, most of the first Ere customers, there were that woman who sometimes there were women going through an oncology treatment and people who's really in the extreme of I cannot have any toxicity in my body with anything.
Yeah.
And I feel the recipe of if you go visit an oncologist today because you have a terminal disease, everything they say to you is like, well, that's the recipe for life, not for just when you're sick. Like, oh, you should have more vegetables and more fruits and drink more water and don't have anything with pesticides and try to eat better food and cleaner food and not have any chemicals on your beauty products. Like we get told this when we're sick. So in those years, the customer that I had, it was that customer who would just start to climbing this life where they needed to find life through everything they use because it goes in our skin. And as you're doing it now, this beautiful facial that I'm getting, it goes all over my biggest organ, which is absorbed and all processed by my lab in my body, which is my liver.
Yes.
And my liver just works everything out and our kidneys, and they just decide to what stays in, what stays out. But sometimes they cannot really flush everything because some of the materials that we put on our skin, they're pretty hard. So what happens is we just encapsulate them in different places in the body because we don't know what to do with them.
Exactly. We're so overloaded with
It's
chemicals.
so overloaded. So I feel like that approach today, it's something that is widespread through the social media. But people are still trying to figure out what it is because there's a lot of greenwashing in the marketing out there. It's so easy for anyone to plant, a woman having a shower under a palm tree and saying this is a so-called natural soap or shampoo. And there's so many layers to it, to what's the most clean or the most natural. And the new beauty is actually crossed with sustainability, which is not clean necessarily.
Yeah.
Being
100%.
clean is not being sustainable.
No.
And that's the next step. So I feel like the consumer today, sometimes they can just looking for something sustainable. And that's fine, the simplicity of the packaging or the formulation, but that not necessarily is the most nutritive and cleaner, toxic-free alternative that there is in the beauty industry, in any product. So I feel there's so much work to do. I think we just looking at the top of the iceberg, no?
Yes,
Or
definitely.
what the consumer actually comprehends. I think you and I sitting here talking, I think it will be the normal very soon. Talking
I
about
hope
this, I
so.
don't think people will have to actually put it on the box,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, I've never done this for the money. It is not that. I mean,
No.
I'm still not a millionaire at all because when you care too much, making a good product, giving a good service, building that confidence with a customer who's looking for a very transparent way of approaching a product of a service and a clean formulation, I think is quite, it's a job. It takes a while to actually get to the right place because there's so much out there that it is a completely lie. And that's very hard to declutter, you know?
Oh, you just hit the nail on the head there. Like, it's exactly what people need to be knowing more about. And I'm grateful that there are more ways to get information out there in regards to ingredients. So thank you so much for sharing that with that. I think what we might do is have a little bit of fun here. We've gotten into the really serious part as to why clean beauty is so important, where Ere Perez came from. But what I want to know, and I think a lot of what the followers want to know now, is what are you doing for your skin? Because for a woman in her 50s, you look phenomenal. Your skin, your elasticity, this is coming from a professional skin therapist here, Ere. Your skin looks phenomenal. The elasticity that you've got, the bounce in your collagen is just phenomenal.
I'm not doing much. I'm just using my products for the last 24 years. And something I think that is important, I think the skin reflects your inner soul. I think the not being a person that worries. I don't think people actually ever talks about that. They always talk about products and nutrition and who knows how much stuff people drinks and collagens or whatever. I'll be honest, I never really taken anything.
Okay.
And it's more, I think you do have to have acceptance on the day. I think if you just have a journey every day with accepting your day, that you're doing your very best, but without regrets, I think that reflects on your skin, you know, and
it's the outlook that you have on
life.
life.
Attitude to listen to the outside world, that you just gotta accept it. Okay, maybe this is what we're living today, and we're just gonna navigate it in any way possible, hopefully. And you cannot really wake up and think, you know, my water is gonna kill me, my moisturizer is gonna kill me, my fruit is gonna kill me. Like you can't think like that. I think one of the things that most important is just to be joyful and wake up with acceptance. And I was just telling some of the girls at the office, the single girls, that loves find you, but to love to find you and to you to be joyful and reflected on your skin or your face or your eyes is a window of your body and your heart.
Yeah.
I feel it has to do with you have to admire yourself. And I think there's not a lot of confidence in people because the expectancy of what you should be doing at a certain age, like, is way so high because of how well communicated we are today. Like, yeah, confidence, but your really confidence is actually acceptance in who you are. You go, okay, I'm this woman. I have to accept it. My accent is the way it is, and I can't change it. Right now, I'm here. You know, I am lucky to have this experienced hands on my face. And I was like so incredibly surprised that like I'm very, very blessed by this.
It's an interesting concept.
I don't really get often a facial, which I should.
Oh, you don't?
Now that I should, but I forget. And I get them for birthdays, and I'm just so into my everyday running around because I love so much what I do. And I feel like one of the things that is very important is whatever you do, if it's just one product, one thing, but be persistent.
Oh, yes.
You know, like if you are the person who are you? What's your superpower? And that what brings you that confidence in your skin, in your person, within what you do, that people listen to you. You know, people cannot stare to your big eyelashes and your big fake nails or whatever. They can really listen to what you have to say to the world.
Exactly.
If you just show your natural face about what's inside your heart, and that just comes with peace. So I think it's nice just to go, oh, I'm actually very blessed to just be here outside wars and, you know, and that just bring me a nice happy face. and that just feels content, you know, within your own like facial expressions. And that helps a lot
It
to
definitely
bring
does.
bounciness and things. But with the products, I personally just love the papaya, the SOS marmalade.
Yes.
Yeah, we got in here.
Yep.
It's such a good product. One thing that just hydrates and can be also a makeup remover or anything. It's really
Oh,
nice.
as a makeup remover. That's
Yeah,
good to
because
know.
it's just
Like
like a
mascara.
cleansing.
Yep.
I try not to plug the wrench in bringing too many things that we already kind of have, because try to be more of a multi-use
Yes.
kind of product. But we do have a beautiful jelly that turns into milk,
Mm.
so you can use it as a cleanser.
So that was what we actually used today. So for
Yes.
those that are watching the facial via Instagram, you can actually see that this one I use in treatments all the time because it's dual purpose.
Yes.
I use it as a cleanser, especially for those that have barrier impaired skin, but the mask is phenomenal. I pop that on. I've actually mixed today. I'll show everybody today on the video a little bit of the fig jelly mask with the Kwandong Green Booster serum. So I mixed that together for your mask today. But I'm going to pop a little bit of this serum on now that we've removed that mask. So with the Kwandong Green Booster Serum, it's got chlorophyll in it. So it's got the most vibrant green color. Can you use this morning and night on the skin?
That's so good. Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I built this bread for. And I mean, of course, it's also to do with that. The last, I had the skincare since 2017. I have my skincare, the basic, the first product was the nectar and the green serum. Just two good products, very simple, and I just use them every day. And then after we release our moringa, which is a very easy, like primer moisturizer for day and night. It's so easy, to use. And the serum that just put the retinol, I call it phytoretinol because it's made botanically, so it's not a retinol in itself. It's the combination of resveratrol and bakuchiol, and then we add copper. So it helps to build the blocks in the skin.
And that one's the white tea, the phytoretinol elixir.
Yeah. So that's what I've been using. I guess after the 40s, which is the last 10 years that I have the skincare, from the 40 to the 50, I have more of this skincare that I don't use all the steps every day, but I always use at least 2 or 3 things when I clean, when I put the serum on, and then what I use for moisturize. It could be anything one day, depending which, like the tomato cream. In daily, I use the moringa. If I am traveling, I always just take the papaya with me because it's for mixed weather.
Oh,
like
that's
when you're
good to
traveling,
know.
you go in mixed seasons, and that's so easy. I think every time you travel, your skin just suffers.
It does, doesn't
It's a
it?
different water. So the papaya is perfect for traveling. It's just the perfect hydration. It makes you glow. If you're at the beach, your skin is so dry, and then you hydrate. If you're in the snow, you hydrate. It's just not the normal skin.
No.
Travel skin, I actually call it travel skin. The travel skin is not the same as your daily skin. So for travel skin, I always use the papaya. And the jelly is just so easy because they're all on the 100 mils. So you can create your own milk cleanser, and everything is so good. As you can see on the makeup, the pigments are really good, very strong.
Gosh, yes. I think I have every single makeup line that you have created because it is just phenomenal. Base, foundation, concealer, the healthy carrot pot. It's my base. My lips, my cheeks, my eyes, I use it for everything.
I call it healthy because
yes.
It look healthy. That was the purpose of it. I use happy.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Happy.
The happy on your skin just made your cheeks pop. It was so beautiful.
It's also my favorite because it does make it come like it's another basic that I love.
Now this one that we're just about to apply on the skin is the Great Water Eye Serum. I'll show everybody just on the video. It's got a little roller ball inside of it. So if you can keep this in the fridge when it's really, really hot for Australian summers, and then you take it out of the fridge and use it on the eyes, it is amazing. Dark circles, puffiness, fine lines and wrinkles around the eyes. So I'm just going to apply this onto Ere now. It is just divine.
And make like an 8 around my eyes. And the actual roller is a jade stone.
It is, isn't it? It just feels...
So it just brings that nice energy into the skin. And then people can use the wand afterwards.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So I think that's really good with this product. I find 1/8 and it just brings really nice hydration. But the good thing about it is the skin is not oily anymore. So you can wear eye products and mascara without having the product to run. Most of the cleaning products are made with waxes and oils. So some of the eye creams are quite greasy. So that's why I find that with some of the eye masks or eye creams. So I created this grape water serum for the eyes because of that reason, to create some kind of hydration without having your natural beautiful pencils or mascaras running and going down in your skin
Yeah.
because of that. So I find that this is really, really nice. Oh, the scent.
Now, this is the wild tomato cream. A lot of
Love it.
people don't know the benefits of tomato on the skin. I do as a skin therapist because they teach us about ingredients and things like that. But what does tomato do for the skin?
It's so good because of the acid, pantothenic acid, and the lycopene.
Mm.
Oh my God. The tomato, I'm going to tell you now that you asked me what do I do.
Yes.
So that's actually something I do. Well, my mom showed me when you create a salad and you have the little heart of the tomato, the part of the tomato that nobody likes.
Yes.
I don't know why people just keep taking that off the salad, right? So when you remove it, imagine this is like the mom gets fed, like when you have a baby and you have your little umbilical cord.
Yes.
So imagine all these veggies and fruits when they're being cut from nature is where the little belly button is. So all the nice things in that part of the fruit. And then we always cut it because we think maybe it could be a little bit of bacteria on the other side, that is not cleaned properly or something. But in the inside of this little heart of the tomato that we chop, is actually very nutritious serum that when you do your salad, you just spread it all over your skin.
Okay.
And it's quite also very transparent. So you can use it on your face and it's quite brightening too.
Definitely.
And also has, it's quite high also in nice liposoluble vitamins and hydrosoluble vitamins. The tomato is quite an incredible fruit, actually. It's a beautiful fruit. And I always like, we have a laugh always at home because my daughters come home from high school and they sometimes they tell me about their friends and then we say, Mom, what's happening with his friend? I don't know, man. It's not sure what he likes. And then we say, like a tomato. It's not because it's a fruit of a vegetable. Say, yes, Mom, the tomato. We've been having so much fun talking about it. Say, yes, the tomato is a fruit and a vegetable, actually. That is so full of beautiful ingredients.
It sounds like you lead a very joyous life with your children. They just bring light to your life.
I have a 16-year-old, 14-year-old, and a 10-year-old boy. Aww. 2 girls and a boy. And this is maybe something I just want to touch base with my kids, my girls, being 14 and 16. They have sensitive skin. All their friends are going to acne stages and things like that. And it's so nice that they are their own little influence with their friends because they got good skin by just using very simple products. They don't need much. All they use is the moringa cream every day or the papaya if they need to clean their makeup or their jelly, and that's it.
Perfect.
Maybe the micella. I don't like to promote products to young people. I don't think they need,
They don't
so
need
many
5
of the
to
stores
10
today, they
products.
Look like playgrounds.
Yeah.
I think it's not good to be
It's
teaching the
not.
young people to, and more of these products that have lots of acids and alcohol and lots of goodies that are very peeling for the skin. And I feel like young people, they can find simple. Some also of the natural products are very heavily made in oils, like essential oils.
Yes.
And also very noisy on sensitive skin like their age. So I find that with my girls, for example, I wouldn't give them this tomato cream to them. They don't need it. It's quite rich. They can use the nectar, the face nectar. I call it a nectar, not a face oil, because it's not oily.
It's not, is it?
No. Like when people is looking for a face oil, the packaging on our brand is genderless. Okay. So for couples, when they have the boyfriend or the husband, we all know the boys always taking our products.
Yes.
So it's nice that with this range, you can be confident that, like the new box that we're launching, that we have in the Nature Duo with the green syrup and the beautiful nectar.
The nectar, that duo together is perfect.
The two of them is just so easy on guys that they have facial hair. So the hair can be easily be nourished by this oil. Because a lot of the boys, when they put moisturizer on the skin, they're not nourishing the hair behind the beard or the mustache. So I think it's nice that this oil is so nice for the boys. That goes all around. It can drip in your facial hair, and it's so easily on boys and girls' skin or teen skin, because the range is so simple on sensitive skin.
So with all of that you've spoken about, do you find, like, where do you see Ere Perez, I guess, moving into the beauty industry? Like, where do you find it evolving?
Well, I have a lot of dreams myself for what I would like to, like growing in different categories. Next year being the 25th anniversary is the political atmosphere is quite tightened at the moment, so it makes many of the other industries a bit shaking. What's next? Because we do value now the cost of earth. Now that we all know how. I think everybody's just like, wow, just having petrol to go to school every day is something we can't just take it as a given.
Yes.
More in Australia, like, oh yeah, we can. Australia is going through a transition of valuing, and the people who live here going, oh my God, we actually amazingly have so much nature around us, and all the cost of earth today, or what it means to have glass, aluminum, ingredients, food, plastic made of petrol, all of that is so important that I think the future in Ere Perez as a business is just finding that. I think all of us is the job of everyone to we don't need to wait on government to tell us how to recycle. I mean, that could easily, everybody knows what to do.
We do.
And if you really want to, there's endless videos on what to do and how to do it, just right there on your phone. And I think a lot of the brands like myself are really working hard in, you can't not just self-call just like that, plastic free or palm free or things like that, but going towards what's best per product and how you make a product be better in certain packaging to be carbon neutral. In our case, for the last 10 years, it means it's a decision as a founder, it's a decision as a consumer to how do you less,
Definitely.
And the most important thing of all, just being waterless, because the water is our most important resource, and the scarcity of it, and we just need to find how to have less of it on our beauty, and that's what we learned like micellar water.
Yes.
Because it was enough time of,
isn't that phenomenal?
We don't need to transport water from anywhere. I don't need to drink water from Fiji or from Mexico in Australia, or in Mexico, they don't need to drink water from Italy. Like, you don't need to. We just need to care of the water, care of the resources. And that's why something that is so normal for everyone, like a daily use of a micellar water for makeup removal, is something that we all fall in love with the minute it became a trend. But we are transporting a liter, even 2 liters, half a liter, 300 liters, 200 liters of water all over globally to buy this product. So I decided to just, take as they said, the bull by the horn. And I said, okay, I'm just going to strip it all back to basics. Yeah. And then I created those tablets that can help you to create your own micellar water at home. And also reducing the consumption of plastic, because it's just one simple bottle that is 100 mils. So you can travel with it. So I don't need to make a mini size of anything and make different sizes of things. And then one product can be for many uses. So I think, now I'm going towards that.
A lot of my followers know those micellar waters that we see in the chemists and the supermarkets, I've never been a big fan of, and I always tell people to steer away from them. The Ere Perez micellar water is the only micellar water I think I've only recommended because of the way that you formulated it. So thank you so much for finally creating a micellar water that people can use without it destroying their barrier. Like, it's absolutely incredible, that product.
Well, I'm so glad that you understand it, because the micellar water in general has a lot of irritants and alcohol. I understand how people feel clean, and you know why? When you visit cities like London, Paris, Mexico City, Tokyo, they're very, very big cities. They're heavily polluted, and you need, like, you come home and you're like, oh, you just plaster cotton on your skin and it looks normal.
Yeah.
With your makeup, you're like, whoa, I have a lot of dirt on my skin by just being out and about, coming from in and out of the bus or the train, or, how they call it, the tube, and the public transport, or the taxi or Uber or whatever. So I felt like skin cleansing, and now what they call double cleansing, triple cleansing, is something we can achieve that.
Yes.
Now with our jelly and our micellar water. And micelle is because it goes to the core of the cells, which means it has to be so thin as a water.
It does.
That it could cleave the really, really little for the porous skin. And that's why micellar, and that's why people love micellar water. And that through the years of, even looking at my girls, they young performers and they do dancing and things like that. They need to wear makeup sometimes for their performing, for dancing and singing and that. And, they already need to use setting sprays and all of these. And I was going, wow, what is all this necessity?
What is all this?
Things
Yes.
that they're very heavily made in, alcohols and irritants and glycols and so many things that are not good for the skin to keep it healthy and bouncy and hydrated. And on the contrary, it just dehydrates and damages the natural layers of the skin. So people feel like, oh, very, very clean and removes everything. Well, I think I want to finalize this podcast. I want to tell people that the best makeup they can wear is a smile. I think a lot of people just don't know, like they girls spend so many hours, hundreds of products in their skin right at the. I mean, I look at my girls now, so much time doing their hair and the skin, and then they walk out so stressed out because they missed the step of the, I don't know, the priming or the hairpiece or whatever they're doing, or maybe they're making it. They go into a wedding or they will do the wedding themselves or a party, and they worry so much on that things that you're missing because of the way you do your beauty. And I think the best of beauty is your own smile and the cleanliness on your eyes, that you are happy that you try your very best.
Yes.
And I feel that just connects right into what clean beauty is about. It's about the less is more. It's about better beauty. A better beauty comes with a calm heart, a peaceful soul, and just waking up that you try your best, even in choosing the right place to go where they have the right things. Because I think it's harder. I think the customer is right there. We know we need to look after it. And that's why everything we choose has to be the best quality possible and made with intention and made with, with integrity. And as I call, ingredients that have that connection to the planet. So they're made with love. And I feel like the most important is that we connect that beauty to our own beauty, which is inside, which I think is the most important of all.
You've got the most beautiful heart, beautiful soul.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
that
this.
Energy of your hands, just I want to put it on a bottle. I think it's just beautiful and calm, and thank you for the flow.
Your skin is glowing.
Thank you.
Yes.
And thank you for putting this face and this beautiful thing to me. And also thank you for MB Skincare to lending us this beautiful space. I mean, this is a beautiful brand as well with the most gorgeous things. And thank you for we have this lovely space and we could have this nice facial.
It's such an important conversation to have, isn't it? Yes.
In this little beautiful bush in the middle of the city. It's incredible.